We are 5Alive. I am Bobby T.
And I'm Martin.
And today we are going to go over why 1980s totally rocked.
And totally sucked.
Okay, Martin. So we are talking about 1980.
I was 1 year old.
I was just born in 1980.
I was also just born.
All right, so we don't really have a gauge of the year, but we can talk about the things that we think were really good in my case, and fairly sure you're going to have some.
In my case.
So we'll start with movies for this year. It was a really big year for movies.
Okay.
We had the number one grossing movie of that year was Empire Strikes Back.
That's a good movie.
Number two would be Superman 2.
Okay.
Number one comedy is Airplane.
It's a good movie.
And the number two comedy is Caddyshack.
Those are both good movies.
So I'm going to make the argument, movies-wise, we got some gold this year. Like, super influential
Superman
gold.
2 is a terrible movie. That having been said, it ends terribly.
It's not the best.
You know why? Because they fired the director and then brought on the guy who directed the movie Help to finish it. That's why he rips his S off and throws it at the villain
giant
to
plastic
trap him.
sheet.
Terrible.
Yeah, I can't make
any
arguments for that. You know, I can't defend something that like, I want to say, well, there is a DVD of the Richard Donner version.
Right.
Well, I can't defend something when they could go back in retrospect and go, okay, let's change all the things that didn't work 30 years later. So, okay, we're going to give Superman 2 a big old thumbs down.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but we still have Empire, man.
Okay, no. So here's my argument for movies.
Okay.
These are some terrible movies that were released in 1980.
Oh, boy.
Can't Stop the Music. Which is
I'd like to know the plot.
Which is the Village People movie.
Ooh.
And the plot is Steve Guttenberg's a young go-getter who meets the village people in their everyday lives, and it turns out they're not gay. It's a G-rated movie.
So they just really do live at the YMCA?
It's a G-rated movie in which a man hangs dong.
What? Okay, we have to find this. I'm sure at this point I have done all my research and there are pictures popping up all over the place. What in the living hell?
9 to 5, the movie was released.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, wait. I'm going to make an argument for 9 to 5. There is a really great scene in there where it's like a Cinderella type, or I'm sorry, Snow White. Mm-hmm. And she's like dreaming of killing the boss and it kind of like becomes this whimsical thing. It's a really cool scene.
Go watch Designing.
That's all I've
Anyways. Ordinary People won the Oscar for Best Picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about you folks,
no.
but in high school, I was forced to read that terrible book, and I hated my teacher for it.
Ooh.
Plotted revenge against her because of it.
Oh, geez. Okay, we're gonna go past that. So I guess we got Empire and Caddyshack.
No. We're not done.
Oh, boy.
We're not
it's
done.
It's not over.
Flash Gordon was released.
Well, wait a minute. Flash Gordon is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. That's all I got.
Not. The music is pretty awesome.
And that's about dude, the music was so sick.
Yeah, except for that doesn't make a whole movie. Friday the 13th was released upon this world.
I was just going to bring this up. I hate slasher movies so much.
I hate them as well. And it wasn't the first, but it was definitely the one that
was kind of the big birth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, Xanadu.
Dude, I right now kind of wish I knew you were going to say this. Because I have Xanadu on vinyl
God,
there.
I hate you so much.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? I also have like 4 ABBA albums. We could get into that later on. All right, so we're going to move. Speaking of ABBA, we'll move on to music.
Okay.
So this year in 1980, David Bowie was a clown.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, I guess we'll track our years by what was David Bowie
in
that year.
Because how it goes.
You have no idea what it
Can't
could
wait
be
till we get to
given
2016 when he's just dead.
Well, that just means he's a ethereal spirit. It's actually totally in style now. Like years later.
My favorite Bowie incarnation is when he's just on Flight of the Conchords.
Those are some of the funniest.
But go on.
Okay, so this year in 1980 we got something pretty epic, and that is Iron Maiden. Had their first album in 1980 named Iron Maiden.
Yep.
With my favorite track on that album being Running Free. It was just brand new metal, and it was metal to that next level. We were just recently talking about how I love Thin Lizzy, and there's a song by Thin Lizzy called Emerald, and it really kind of has that the early seed for what I think eventually Iron Maiden became, with telling a story and
This is what I deal with,
solos
folks.
and this all the time. Dude, I love Thin Lizzy. It's going to always happen. So we'll get past that. But Iron Maiden was 1980.
Yep.
So that was pretty awesome. Now, I did see the other half of 1980, and I had to scrape hard the bottom of the barrel to find Iron Maiden. So lay it on me.
I have
Lay it
one.
on me.
I have 3 letters to describe the state
Oh,
of music
Jesus
in
Christ, I
1980,
know what he's about to say.
and those 3 letters are O, N, and J. Olivia Newton John, folks.
Yep.
Let's get physical.
That was 1980. Shit.
Yeah. And
I can't defend that.
And my argument is won. So,
Well, that's over. So, hey, Maiden, you ruled, but
in
God.
wrestling, there
Big,
were some very good,
huge year for wrestling.
yeah,
1980.
very big year. Could say the beginning of the beginning.
So on December 29th, the first WWF promoted card from the Madison Square Garden aired on USA Network.
Yes, a
So,
huge thing. Starting
This
the,
was the beginning of the
Yeah.
the relationship.
starting the relationship. Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant faced each other twice that year. The first 2 times, first time televised and non-televised.
Yeah, that was in late March that had happened.
Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff. But then also some bad things happened. Like Larry Zbyszko was involved in a title match. And
Well, hold on. He had attacked his mentor Bruno Sammartino at the time, who I think
Don't.
at this point had his belt for 5,000 years. I think he's just the eternal champion at this point.
yes, he's actually Vandal Savage.
Yes, no, he's just when he dies, he comes back.
Exactly.
He wins more.
And what else bad? Oh, Harley. Speaking of eternal title reigns,
Harley Race.
was your NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, he won a best of 3 against Dusty Rhodes in Tampa.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This was like a kind of a weird year because it's really the beginning of the end of territories, I think. And really that, I can truly say that happened
Well, this
December 29th.
Well, yeah. Well,
That
that's
was
when,
officially the
that's when,
final nail,
You know,
and
that's
then
when the cable thing started happening, and that's when there were, you didn't have to know. Well, you didn't have to watch your local station to find out what was happening in your local wrestling scene. You could watch USA and find out what's going on in New York, even if you're in Tupelo. So,
And us being from this area at the time, it was really great because we would get WPIX a lot of times, and that would carry all kinds of wrestling and crazy shows.
Exactly.
So it was always fun to like go to school, and if I had different cable or a different ability to get channels, and I'd talk about whatever wrestling person, and they'd be like, "Who the hell is
what's
that?"
cable?
Well,
I grew
it
up
was
without cable.
It was a thing that my father used to steal when we were kids. So.
Yeah, it's a thing my father refused to pay for when
Yeah.
we were kids.
And he was clearly bad with a set of pliers.
Look, at the end of the day, when it comes to my father, it was either alcohol or cable, and alcohol very clearly won out.
So pliers was not in the recipe.
Okay, so just to prove that I'm not all and there were some good things that happened in 1980.
Okay, let's hear.
One specific good thing: the U.S. hockey team.
Ooh, that was Miracle on Ice.
Miracle on Ice happened.
Yeah,
That was the one
That was
good
really
thing.
good. Yeah, I'm really trying to scrape the barrel for that one. I believe it was the Lakers won the championship that year.
Yeah, terrible.
It wasn't a Yankees win. I know that much.
The
Very
Steelers
unremarkable
won the
year.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm a Packers fan, so I don't really care.
He's actually a Jets fan.
Oh, I'm an ashamed Jets fan, but I gladly changed over to the Green Bay Packers. Dude, the Jets can.
Oh, and also Randy Orton was born. So
Oh God. Well, yeah, no, he's awful.
And on that note, folks,
I think we're finished.
I think we're
1980, you weren't so good.
no.
I think on the pros and cons, you definitely
Should you feel differently about the year 1980 than us? Let us know in the comments below. You can also like, share, and subscribe, or contact us at 5Alive VP on the Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram.
All right. Oh, wait. This is the year that Luke Skywalker made out with his sister.